I am clicking the button. Leo, let me know when we are where we're supposed to be.
Here we go. We are live.
So, did Alexander Graham Bell actually invent fiber optics 100 years before it became a thing? Did the invention of the year just get utterly fantastic or utterly creepy? And would you live in a house full of magnets? Well, these and other topics we're going to be discussing tonight on a it's summer's finally here edition of Inventor Friday. I'm Don Skaggs, your host, chief cook and bottle washer around here. We've got some really great guests we're going to be discussing all these things with tonight. But before I do, let me switch my little camera here and share my screen and talk about our sponsor. Our sponsor tonight is Windstream Kinetic. You know, if you're not on the internet and you're not doing things on the internet in the 21st century, it's like not having your name in the phone book in the 20th century. So you really need a good connection. Well, the good people at Windstream Kinetic have provided us here at our Acture building with 1 gig streaming internet. And I'll tell you, it's great. We do all kinds of things here with it. And you really need that to run your business as well. So check them out. Just go business.gokinetic.com, I think, or just windstream.com. Probably take you there as well. So also, while you're on the internet, you're going to want to check out our website. And in case you've been living under a rock for the last 6 months, we have had a name change. We're now called Acture, or the Acture Network, acturenetwork.org. And if you go to our website, you're going to see a lot of really cool new things. We've got our memberships here. Of course, if you're not an all access member, you want to become that. We've got our quick links here. You can become a member. If you've missed a meeting, you can watch a replay. We've got courses. We've got one-on-one. We've got all kinds of things going on. Here's our what's coming up. Oh, look, there's Inventor Friday. Well, that's going on right now. So you can take a course. We have online courses you can take. So all kinds of really, really cool things you can do. And one of those things we had last week, because in our building here, we are launching a new incubator accelerator space for inventors, entrepreneurs, innovators, and we have a lot of folks that really helped us with that. And I really want to have a big shout out. There were so many people, probably can't remember to name them all, but I know Heidi Brescher and James Dickey, and of course Eugenia and our crew here, George and Leo and everyone else really pitched in and helped us in a just amazing way. If I forgot your name, let me know and I will remember you. But you know, the kickoff weekend has passed, but you can still support what we're doing because there's still work to be done here. We have a big warehouse. We're going to be renting out space by the pallet. We have a co-working space upstairs. We have a new studio. This may be the last time you see us in what I call the Bone Knives and Bearskin studio down here, where it's going to be really nice, and I'm hoping we'll be able to launch it hopefully as early as next month. But we need help. We need your help to do so. And there is a lot of ways you can help us. And of course, one of those ways is going on our website, clicking on the Let's Build What's Next site, and you can support, donate, or volunteer. So go to our website, check that out, and we would love to hear from you and get your support. So anyway, with that, we have some really, really great guests tonight. And our first guest I want to introduce is Bennett Gatto. Bennett's back.
What's up, guys? I'm back.
Bennett, tell everybody who you are, what you're all about.
I'm Bennett Gatto. I'm the founder of Kinnovate. I'm a physical therapist by trade. And at Kinnovate, we produce functional apparel aimed at helping improve balance, posture, and stability.
All right. Cool, cool. And also tonight we have Teddy Rogers.
Hey everybody, Teddy Rogers, Anderson Rogers Construction. We do residential and commercial construction. Celebrating 20 years in business this year, so
Wow.
it's an exciting milestone and happy to be here.
Wow, that's great. Fantastic. Also tonight we have Tim Lambert.
Hey there. I'm Tim Lambert. I have been a computer consultant, entrepreneur, and inventor based in Lexington for many, many years. I currently provide consulting services for startups, specifically providing expertise on computer infrastructure and cloud computing setup and integrating AI into the business processes.
All right. And also with us tonight is Eugenia Kelly, running everything and making us not look like we don't know what we're doing.
Good evening. I am Eugenia Kelly. I work in healthcare. I have for over 30 years. I design healthcare payment methods. I support state Medicaid directors, state medical directors in the design of their payment methods, managing their state budgets from a healthcare perspective. But I've always wanted to be an inventor, and I've been doing that for the past 3 years. I currently have one product available. It's called the Unboxy, and looking to scale that in increments. But thanks for having me. As always, my favorite Friday of the month.
All right. Fantastic. And also with us tonight is Leo York.
Hey everybody, Leo here, copywriter, BP, and this is going to be a great show, everyone.
All right. And everybody knows who I am because I'm all over the internet. Don Skaggs, chief cook and bottle washer around here, president of the Axure Network. And if you want to know anything else about me, go to LinkedIn, or you can always check out our website, axurenetwork.org. So, all right, with that, we're going to talk about some innovations in history. And the first one we're going to talk about tonight is kind of interesting. It is, we're going to turn back the Wayback Machine to June 3rd, 1880. And if you do that, and I actually share my screen, you're going to see Bell's photo phone. And no, it's not the, you think, well, I got a photo phone now. It takes pictures. No. This is completely different. Alexander Graham Bell, yes, that Alexander Graham Bell, actually transmitted the first wireless telephone message on his newly invented photo phone from the top of Franklin School in Washington, D.C. Bell actually believed that the photo phone was one of his most important inventions. So this was a wireless voice message instrument. It sent sound on a beam of light. Now think about this. This is 1880, not 1980, making it a precursor to the modern fiber optic communications that came out just about 100 years later in the 1980s. So Bell later considered it, again, his most important invention. You wouldn't have thought that he'd have been able to come up with that, but he kept thinking and he kept doing that. So that kind of begs the question, though, how might something ethereal like light or maybe something else actually be used in innovation? Any thoughts?
I'm just blown away that somebody actually tried to do this. It's a total precursor to what FM radio is, and that didn't happen for a really long time.
Right.
So I'm blown away by it. I'd never heard of this before.
Yeah. Mirrors and sunlight.
Yeah.
In 1880.
Just, taking voice vibrations and transmitting them on another medium.
Yeah.
So very cool.
Yeah.
I don't even know, what even sparked that idea at that time? Like,
I know.
Yeah. What made him think of that?
I don't know. I couldn't even think of that today.
Right.
I mean, obviously we have these things, but that's
Yeah.
like thinking of, I'd be like thinking of some new crazy thing like AI.
Yeah. Right.
Who thought of that,
Yeah. I mean, it's just wild. You just don't think about somebody thinking, I can remember phone books back in the 1980s, or old phone books from the 80s. Obviously, I wasn't around back then, but phone books from the 1980s that actually had the new coming fiber optic cables, and it was like the big cool thing that they'd come out with. Of course, that's like
Big ads in the
big ads in the yeah, oh yeah, no, it was like on the cover of the phone. I remember it was like they were touting, oh, we're ahead of all this other technology. We've got fiber optics, which is cool. Well,
It is wild to think. I mean, 20 years ago when I started my business, I was still thinking about the phone book. That's why Anderson came before Rogers. I was thinking that still matters.
right.
I was like, well, if we're going to show up in the construction section of the phone book, Abe would be better than might put me ahead of somebody. So I couldn't see it in my time.
Yeah, I just wonder what else you could do with, or yeah, I mean, there's all these things that maybe they could be used for something like that. I always wondered about fiber optics, though. I wonder if you could do the same thing with a hose full of water.
Oh, yeah.
Would water go through a hose?
Absolutely.
I thought about that for a long time.
It's just sending pulses through a steady stream, and where there are changes in the stream, you read that on the far end and decode it.
It might be something there.
All the stuff that happens in electricity has a direct analog to water.
Interesting. So what do you think is next, you all, in the world of telecommunications?
Getting the water through the hose faster.
Yeah, well, there's that.
I still want Star Trek.
Yeah.
Beam them up.
Oh, beaming technology, teleportation.
Yes.
There's a whole thing about that where they say, okay, if that was real, would you really be the same person on the other side, because they've like killed you? They've like dematerial. Yeah, they've taken you apart atom by atom, and then is it still you? Is it still really you?
My daughter's read a series of books, and there was a concept that they had. I can't remember what they called the medium, but basically these people could always take their stuff and just reach up no matter where they were, and they had this portal that like their school books, they never cared, because they could just reach up into this portal and always pull their stuff out.
It's like the bag of holding.
A portal gun?
Yeah.
Is
So all your stuff was always with you. You just reached up into the
unlimited backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what say you, Leo? I about forgot about you over there.
Well, it's funny that ties in with what I was thinking, which it's pretty new, but quantum entanglement. The idea that if something happens to an atom in one place, it can affect another one somewhere else. I wonder if that wouldn't be the next stage in communication, because you wouldn't even need a medium between 2 points.
Yeah.
That really upset Einstein.
Oh yeah.
And the cool thing about all of those physics type things, and what I've always found interesting about the Nobel Prize, is the physics prize has nothing to do with theory. Einstein could never get a Nobel Prize because his stuff was all theoretical. The prize is always for implementation. And so finally they did an experiment when one of his things came true. But the quantum entanglement, it's not the idea, it's actually the people that can make it work, that can that's true. That's where all of the interesting innovation is going to come, is actually figuring out how to take one qubit or whatever, and then all of a sudden you're doing a billion of them. Then as my grandpa used to say, get $1 billion, and all of a sudden you're starting to talk about real money.
Right. When I first heard that they'd had something in one spot, and they actually had it show up in another spot, and it was information. It wasn't, it wasn't Star Trek yet, Eugene.
Right.
But it was they was like, okay, we've transferred information with nothing in between.
Right.
That, like, I don't know, that just boggles my mind. It's like, okay, how they do it? And in quantum computing, you wonder if that's going to be a big changer with all that.
We definitely will.
Yeah. So you all think there's anything else that might be left over from the 19th century. Maybe there was another Bell type invention out there,
Right.
something somebody just wandered away from, but they were like on the brink of something, or it was just way too early. And they didn't, it's just still out there. It's just like nobody did anything with it.
I'm shocked at this one. I had no idea.
Yeah. And you wonder if the fiber optic people took a hold from that, if they were like, oh, well, here, look at this. Well, we could do this now. We've got glass that we spin up.
Hmm.
So what say you, Bennett?
I have no idea. This makes me feel like I probably should have paid more attention in physics.
Well, you think there's anything
Yeah.
like in some old dusty book somewhere
sure
from
there-
100 years ago that maybe they didn't?
I mean, if this came from that long ago, there's surely other things that someone thought about. I mean, there's probably so many things that happen out on the farm or
Oh,
that just never make it anywhere, and very well could have been something.
Well, we were talking about
True.
Tesla before we got started,
Yeah.
and he like was transmitting electricity through the air,
Yeah.
kind of killed that.
Well, the
And,
government took all those documents.
yeah, right.
All the good stuff.
Oh,
I
What-
think there's a lot there's a lot of things out there that I think we just don't know about.
Yeah.
Or that someone has thought about it, someone's tried it, someone's done something with it.
mhm.
It's just never made it.
never
to where the
never
public-
got to where it
Yeah.
made it with the
Yeah.
general public.
Yeah.
What do you think, Leo?
Stephen Palmore mentioned telepathy as the next communication, and it makes me wonder, Tesla, the company's kind of working on that sort of with the Neuralink, and it makes
Oh,
me
yeah.
wonder if maybe using Tesla's old tech might actually be just the ticket for solving some of the issues they're running into.
Wouldn't it be ironic if the Tesla company took old Tesla tech?
Right? Yeah.
Actually
If
did
Tesla
something
saved
with it?
Tesla, be trippy.
Yeah. They'd have to give it a new name or something. I don't know. Oh, all right. Well, let's jump on to the next one. I think Eugenia's got the next item here.
Okay, so this one is a little funny for me because I did not know this story. We are just in the last century, 1959, and it was June 8th. So my question for you is, have you ever wished that Amazon delivered your packages lightning fast,
Faster than now.
faster than now? The experiment on June 8th, 1959, our United States government did a missile mail experiment. And they took 3,000 letters in commemorative envelopes with very important people writing letters to each other. And they put them into these special containers and they put them in a missile. And they launched it from a submarine off the coast of Florida, and it went 600 miles in 20 minutes. And they were very excited over missile mail. I'm going to read you a quote. The quote was, it was something like, they just were so excited about the future of being able to deliver mail at lightning speed. Okay, so let's break this down. It took 22 minutes, and it was an event, and it was not intended to be a gimmick in any way. I'm sure a lot of you think of 1959 and realize that it was the space age, the Cold War, and the United States and Russia really going at it. And then what was interesting, the way they tell you the story is they worked on all the details about doing the launch without a runway, just getting it there. But then once the missile landed, and it landed by parachute, everything went back to the old way. So you still took out the mail and delivered it on the ground. So it was just wildly expensive and there was no benefit to it. I actually don't know if they ever did it again. Here's the quote. Mail could be delivered across continents in hours by guided missiles. That was what the general author Summerfield, he was over the post office at that time. So that's why they wanted to do it. And the issues that they ran into, obviously, I mean, does anybody else want to talk about the obvious issues with this?
I keep the safety.
Well, there's that.
Seems obvious.
Sorry it crashed into your house.
I mean, what were they really trying to test with it? Really about delivering mail, or was it?
They're seeing how fast
About-
the missiles. Yeah.
Yeah, like were they really trying to just, hey, this is something we could make everybody, we'll deliver some mail, and then, but they're really trying to figure out something way different.
Well, accuracy maybe too,
Yeah.
of like
Yeah.
the missile.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Well, that's true.
yeah, they're definitely testing something else.
If they did it, that's still classified,
Yeah, maybe
right? Because it wasn't a part of
Yeah.
the story. I think those of us who like to reason things believe that there is a more practical reason as to why they would do this. But obviously they didn't do it again.
It keeps, yeah, I don't know. I keep thinking publicity stunt, even though they said it wasn't. That, okay, we want this, look what our rockets could do.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like, I mean, there was another reason behind it.
Yeah.
That was my first thought, was just, we're gonna show the Soviets that we can
Yeah,
drop a missile right down in the middle of the neighborhood.
right.
Travel 600 miles with precision accuracy.
Yeah.
Drop this letter right in your mailbox.
Which was probably a
I like
big
that we
thing
write
back
letters,
then. Yeah.
Yeah.
President Eisenhower did write one of the letters as a part of it. So they were all in. And I think it's a little bit of a sobering thought. Just like when we mentioned the teleporting and all of that and how we do it a little bit in jest, but are there things that we think of today that 100 years from now where we're like, no, there's no way that's going to happen. But do you want to bring up the images? Did you already
Yeah.
do that?
Oh, I did. I can bring them up again.
Oh, it's so cute. The little commemorative, the mail. And what I find sobering about some of this is just what the post office is still going through. But they
Yeah.
had those little, but I'd never heard of this. Had any of your family members ever mentioned this?
I'd never heard of it.
No.
I hadn't either. So obviously,
I had, but I'm just a big nerd.